Hey guys, it's Brad from B&T Catfishing. Coming to you today to talk to you about catfish bait that you need to stop using. Stick around. Okay, we're going to talk about some catfish bait. Some of these obviously have been used for a long time. And these are baits you need to stop using. Just quit it. All right. Some of you guys are going to be upset about my choices for baits that you need to quit using. But what I will do is I'm not just going to say quit using them. I'm also saying here's an alternative to that. And of course, a lot of these alternatives you've heard of before, and some of them you may have or may not have tried. So let's get to it. Number one bait to stop using: soap. Yeah, that's right. Soap. Soap has been used for a while for catfish, actually. But it's not a bait that is something that you're going to get a high number of catches on. You know, catfish are curious and they're going to try different things, you know, especially if they're hungry and they come across something with a little scent, whatever. They're going to put it in their mouth. They're like little children. They're going to try it. They're going to put it in their mouth. So, but it's not highly successful bait as a rule. So, my choice for a replacement is Nightcrawler for that. Much higher catch rate. So if you're wanting to put some fish in the freezer or in that skillet, or you're just fishing for fun and you're going to throw these things back, or you're going to stock, or whatever you're going to do, Nightcrawler is a much more successful bait that you can use. You're going to catch a lot more fish with Nightcrawler than you are with soap. So my recommendation is use the Nightcrawler, and after you do so, wash your hands with the soap. Okay. Number two, cheese. Now look, cheese is a tasty little treat. I love cheese. I could eat cheese every day, and it's delicious. Catfish will hit cheese baits from time to time. They'll hit, you know, cheese blocks. They'll hit, you know, the store-bought stuff. Now you got to realize that on the store-bought stuff, a lot of times, if they put a product out and they field test it, and you know they have, you know, 15 baits in the water, and one of them gets a hit, well, it successfully caught a fish, and now they can sell that product. Just because it's on the market doesn't mean it's a great bait. Okay, it means somebody's producing something that they want to make money at. All right, so that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a great bait. But the cheese, again, just like soap or whatever, catfish are going to try it from time to time. But the success rate of that, you know, if you're trying to put numbers in the boat or pull them on the bank, are not as high as alternative baits. And what I'm going to do with this one, we're going to say crawfish or shrimp. Freshwater shrimp are in some of these areas that some of you people live, and if not, you probably have the crawfish or crayfish, depending on where you're from and how you want to say it. These are natural baits. They're live, they're fresh, or you can use them, you know, obviously frozen. Thaw those things out. Either way, they're going to work. So that's a good alternative bait, is the crayfish or shrimp that you can use instead of the cheese. All right. Number three. Okay, here we go. Now we start getting some people really angry here. We're going to say hot dogs. That's right. Some people use hot dogs straight up on that hook. Some people, you know, put the Kool-Aid on it, the garlic on it, so on and so forth. They make up these concoctions for them and use them. And hot dogs sometimes will work. And just like any one of these baits, I will tell you, if you fish a little small pond or lake and you fish it heavy and you use these baits, fish are like people a lot of times. They can learn to like a particular flavor, enjoy a particular scent, so on and so forth. So you can basically train them to like a certain bait in a way. But hot dog, as a rule, if you're fishing the big rivers and the big lakes and things like that, as a rule, hot dog is not a high on the list of producers for a lot of fish. It's just not. I mean, you can catch fish on hot dogs. Again, we'll give you that. But let's go with something that's going to be more successful and catch better quality fish, and that's bluegill. Bluegill, if you fish those things live, you've got your big old flatheads that love those. Cut bait in general for catfish is going to be more appealing to a larger variety of catfish. If you go ahead and cut those up, use some fresh bluegill. Again, make sure that it's legal in your state to use this in any type of bait. Check with your rules and regulations on that. We don't want anybody in trouble. But bluegill is a good producing fish. It's easy to get your hands on. It's also fun to catch. So go out, have some fun catching some bluegill at the time you're grabbing yourself some bait as well. So there you go. There's the replacement for your hot dog. My choice would be bluegill. All right. The last one on the list, an old time favorite. People love it, love it, love it. And it's caught a lot of fish over the years, a lot of fish. So why do I have you taking it off the list? Because there's a better bait, okay, in many ways. All right, what I'm asking you to remove is chicken liver. That's right, chicken liver. I said it. Don't get mad. I'm giving you that replacement for it. Chicken liver, as we all know, can catch catfish. It can catch a lot of catfish from time to time, but it's a hassle. When we think we're saving money because how inexpensive chicken liver is, we're fooling ourselves, because a lot of that chicken liver, let's be honest, gets nasty and dilapidated. We just got to throw it away. It's just not going to work if it gets to a certain temperature. Another problem that we're going to get is we're throwing it off the hook and it's gone, right? So we're wasting bait. We're just wasting it, okay? So that is one of my largest problems with it, is that we just don't use it all, or even the bulk of it as a rule. Chicken livers, again, can catch catfish, but the amount of effort it takes to use that is just insane. All right, trying to use a pantyhose or thread or some type of super treble hook or whatever to keep it on the line is just insane. All right, so and again, we know you're keeping costs down on your bait here, but I'm going to recommend that you move to chicken breast. That's right. Chicken breast is a better bait in the fact that it's going to stay on your hook far better, and it catches fish at a great rate, whether it's plain or whether it's Kool-Aid or Jello flavored. Some people put the garlic in it. I've heard of putting soy sauce with it, so on and so forth, to add some more flavor and scent to that bait. From my understanding as well, and from what I see, you don't have to add anything to it. Just get it, cut it up into small little chunks or cubes, put it on the hook, and throw it out there. The amount of pennies you're spending for a couple little chicken breasts versus a tub of chicken livers is just really a little bit more. It's not a huge expense, and you're going to get a lot more baits out of it, and you're going to be able to use that bait far longer. It's not just going to dilapidate and fall off your hook. All right, so there are my recommendations for you. Don't get mad. Again, any one of these things that I've said don't use possibly can catch fish. Let's be real. They can catch fish, but the percentage of fish is going to be far higher with the recommendations for the alternate bait. It's going to be far higher than what you were going with before over here. So again, give these other baits a try. And like I said, if you just have nothing else and you're wanting to go fishing and all you've got is a hot dog in your refrigerator, then take the hot dog. Just go. If you can't afford to go out and buy some bait, or you live in an area where you can't go out back and dig up a night crawler or some type of worm, then you do what you've got to do. But again, my recommendation are these alternative baits. They're going to give you a greater chance of having success out there on the water catching some fish. So I hope this guy helps you guys. Y'all have fun with it. Mix up the baits, try them out, experiment, and hopefully you can catch a few more fish. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Have a great day.